Oye, Pel Familia. I am here with literally my childhood idol who's become one of my friends because we just had lunch in New York a couple weeks ago. Agustin
Uh,
Rodriguez, aka Skin.
Oh, Paul, what's up? What's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. This is so funny. It feels so funny. You're like one of my childhood. I'm like, wow. It's cool though. I'm glad you totally went to the film, the comics, and it's a lot of fun. It's cool. Just, I mean, it covers so much, and yeah, we are friends. So, Paul, I want to say, guys, you watching this? Paul's a good guy, great heart. And really, it's like the other stuff that you do to like give of yourself. I really appreciate it. That means a lot. So
Bro,
it's like,
no. We've talked about this before. First of all, thank you for that. I mean, just hearing you say that, it's like a mind blow. Like my mind is blown right there. But no, man, I grew up, I'm a Cuban kid from Miami. I can say I live in Miami again now, so I can say from my hometown here. But there weren't heroes like you on TV until there were heroes like you on TV, and you were a pioneer, man. And that scene in the movie in Gen X when you're leaving La Familia there, and I
uh,
get that, man. Like it hit me, and I saw myself and I saw my family at a time when that wasn't out there. So thank you for everything you did.
oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And I have to say, like, it really, I don't know if I mentioned it last time we spoke. I did an episode of New York Undercover, right, for Fox, and then it was based on that. I never auditioned for Gen X. It was based on that. They had seen my work and you know invited me to come on and be in this film and do it. So I mean, I had no idea really what it was. I think I mentioned to you before. It was, you know. All I knew was that, oh, this film. My agent is telling me you're in this offering you this part. I'm like, I don't remember. I don't remember auditioning. You didn't audition. They saw your work. Oh, okay. And I'm looking at the info and bits and pieces. Gen X, Generation X. My role is Skin. I'm like, okay, wait. What kind of movie is this? Because I got standards here. I don't just jump into anything. And really, that's what I thought at the time. So when I read it and I get the comic, like your backdrop right there, I got that image. They sent me like three or four comics, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fun. This is so cool. I get to be like a teenage mutant. I was a teenage werewolf. I was a teenage mutant. So how
Yeah.
cool is that? And then now what we see, right? Marvel Universe, like what's going on everywhere. It's like exciting. It's like, man, it's become so. They got to bring it back. Could you talk to somebody, Paul? Could you hook me up
I
here?
promise you, I've slid in people's DMs, but I have to tell you, and we talked about this. I don't know if it was the episode we had you on
Uh,
last year, but it may have been with Heather and Randall. But you guys, movies that would come out, the X-Men movies that would come out, that would sort of lift your vibe. I mean, the mansion is the same. The definition of a mutant, you know how it kind of starts off in the movie, it's like mutant definition. That was
uh,
used in the Fox X-Men. So you guys were just
right.
pioneers.
Yeah, they owe us something, man. They just copied our stuff, man. No, I have to say this too. This now we're talking all the positive stuff.
Yeah.
I did see it. This was funny. It made me laugh. I saw this this thumbnail go up on YouTube, and it said "worst movie ever?" question mark, and it's my face. So there are many. Really, I'm serious because there
Wait,
were a
is
lot
it
of
for
fans
Gen X? Is it for Gen X
for Gen.
or
Yes, for Gen X.
no?
There were
People don't
people
get
that
it.
were there were haters, man. I'm serious. People were like, "Oh, these people, everyone except these people and some of these kids." And I'm like, that Skin guy. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, I I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
take it
you
too.
guys were being. I know this to be fact that you guys were held with your contracts for a long period of time because it was watched so well, and you guys didn't sort of know what was going to happen after the fact. So it,
Uh,
the fact that we're still here talking about it, and that movie came out in like what 1996.
it's been a minute.
It's
Yeah,
been a minute, something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's,
I was 17.
dude, you were 17,
No,
but
I was.
well, you were 17 then. But dude, I have to tell you, one of the things that I love, about getting to know you now is sort of you've kind of given me a little peek behind the curtain of some of the things you've done. One of the stories he told me, and I'll let you run with it and tell me if I'm butchering your story, but you auditioned for the role of Robin as well for the Joel Schumacher films. And if we could have had you as bro, you would have been a perfect Robin.
Oh man, what could have been? I could have been a contender. I could have been a Cape Crusader. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I at that time it was way before obviously when it came out. I did audition for the part of Robin. It was not entitled Batman and Robin. I forgot the official title, but they were considering making him perhaps black or Latino and making him some kind of like power of the people, like standing up, kind of like a Robin Hood, meaning like someone who speaks up for those who can't speak for themselves and speaking up for like a revolutionary. And I thought, oh man, I love this, right? Pueblo Unido.
Papel Papo, that we needed to see
Right.
that.
That would have been so cool. But yeah, I had auditioned for it and went how it went. But that's fine. I never felt bad about it. Here's the thing, and I should say this. I should mention this because sometimes we can feel this as actors. There's certain things we do. I audition for some of the same part, like John Leguizamo. I auditioned for some of the Romeo and Juliet with the guns, right?
Yeah,
Leonardo
the Leo,
DiCaprio
the Baz Luhrmann one.
the Baz Luhrmann. He's one of my favorite directors. I auditioned for that. I went and I read. They showed me the mock-ups of it. When I read for it, I got called back, and then it worked out with John Leguizamo. I feel this. Everyone has their journey. Everyone has their journey. They have their track, their mission, and what they're supposed to do. So no one can, like, whatever is meant for you, Paul. No one can take it away. Whatever is meant for me, no one can. It's not like, oh, we're competing. We're not. We have our own track. We have our own thing. Nobody has your DNA. Nobody has your fingerprint. Like, I just really believe that's so true. So anyway, I've always seen it that way. I'm not really jealous personally. Oh man, I could Robin.
Well, no, I mean, first of all, something that's so incredibly evident about you is that you have a light that radiates. You know what I mean? So, like, you are exactly where the universe is meant for you to be. And secondly, first of all, I want to know what it was like to audition for that Baz Luhrmann.
Yes, thank you so much for what you shared. I thank God for anything that I'm able to contribute. While I'm on this planet, right?
Yeah.
I had. It was years ago. I was called in Chelsea, and this little like rented studio, and they
Wait,
had
in Chelsea, New York?
Chelsea in New York City. Yes, that's why I did it, really. And they had shot some of the B footage already in Venice Beach. So they had like kind of like a collage of little like mock-up of what it's gonna look like. And then the guy was explaining to me. So basically, and I was trying like, was it Baz Luhrmann? I believe it was him when he had darker hair.
Yeah.
That I had met who was explaining this to just down to earth, nice guy, like saying this is what it's gonna be like. And then we read a couple times and that was it. But normally an actor, they wouldn't show you like mock-ups. They wouldn't show you all these things. There were certain experiences I've had. And I'll bring this up about that. We talked about the menu a little bit. So I have to talk about
I want to hear all about it. I mean, speaking of John, of course, the menu.
Yes, because I didn't there was okay. Here's how it all ties in together. The menu is about to come out, this film. I'm dying to see it because it looks really good. Ray Fiennes is an amazing actor. I had the honor to work with him on Strange Days, this film. John Leguizamo, we've had short conversations. He invited me to a show. We had nice guy. I love his work, like love it. So never worked with him yet. So, but I'm always like cheering for him. As I see a Latino up there, I'm like, yes, like just really am, seriously. And I can go on tangents, by the way. Let me just warn you.
Do your tangents. Bro, we this is your room. You tell us. Come on.
So I have a T-shirt that says Tangent Man. A friend of mine, Lena, gave to. I'm serious. Anyway, so side note. With John Leguizamo, what did I say? Tangent Man. He did Robin. What was I saying?
Yeah, we're in the menu.
The menu
It's about to come out. You're dying to see it.
Experiences so I'd never just been cast for something without auditioning for it, and that was at that point that was for Generation X. I didn't audition for it. That was a new step. Also, the Baz Luhrmann, reading for Romeo and Juliet, like they never go through the trouble of showing you the mock-up, the production design.
Yeah, and that was for Tybalt, right? Tybalt? I'm probably not getting
it. Yes,
Tybalt.
You rat catcher, will you walk?
Yeah.
Yes. I said it like that too. It's probably
Dude,
why
you
they
have such a
passed.
Shakespearean quality. Like,
Yeah,
man, I would have loved
yeah,
to have seen that. It was
Tybalt, you were right, gotcha.
Tybalt.
What
I'm
you
like
want?
Tybalt. Tybalt.
Tybalt,
There
oh,
goes my
Tybalt,
English degree. I'm burning my English degree right now.
Tybalt, Cobalt. That's okay. It's okay. So, yeah, I just did a Shakespeare thing with a buddy of mine, Mark Vaughn. Actually, I did we
Wow.
did a scene from Macbeth, and yeah. Anyway, that's a whole see tangent. So,
Tangent. Wait,
okay,
keep focus
another
on this,
thing,
and then
a
we'll go
thing I
to
did,
Macbeth.
focus. A thing that I experienced was what I usually never experience on a film. I auditioned, I got the role, and I for Strange Days. So they invite me to the reading, the read through, and I thought I just have one scene with Ray Fiennes, and I'm like, that's kind of nice to invite me. Normally they won't. If it's just so I'm thinking it's just one scene. It's not really. They invite me to the read through. I get to meet Angela Bassett, of course, Rafe, Angela Bassett, Juliette Lewis, Michael Winslow, I think was the villain. Do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah, yeah,
Michael
yeah,
with a
yeah.
W? Yeah. So and I forgot my other buddy here who was in Do the Right Thing, was the younger brother. Anyway, nice guy,
No,
down to earth.
it's a huge cast here. Vincent, obviously, who plays the Kingpin, is also in it.
Wow. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, so amazing people, right? And so that's cool. I've been invited to, I've done read throughs before. The thing I did not experience were the rehearsals. So Catherine Bigelow, she's, James Cameron's ex wife, was the director, which I loved. I'm like, we need more women direct. I'm like, yes, let me listen,
yeah.
let's create, let's do this. Sisters. Yes, yes, I dance and sing. No. So,
Multi-talent.
no. So here, no, I act like I sing. Trust me, I don't. So we rehearse we would falling down. For example, Michael Douglas. Normally we go there for most films or TV. You go there the day of. You do your work. You show up. You block for camera, block for the crew, block for gaffers. Grips and all that. And then you kind of run through it. Work with the director. They set it all up, and you do your thing. Whatever. B team comes in, the stand-in comes in, blah blah blah. We didn't do that for this. They did that part, but we didn't do. We rehearsed like it was a play, meaning like we met on days to work on the scene, on the acting. What are we doing and why? It was a
Damn, man.
simple little scene, short scene with him, and here I am working with Ray Fiennes, who at that point he had been, nominated or
Huge.
won for,
Fucking huge.
Schindler's List, and I'm just like, I'm looking at him like he's like, really loving his work, and he's just down to like we're doing a play. He's like,
Mm.
okay, well, Augustine, what do you think? I'm thinking about this. What maybe, and we're both working like we're two workmen working out a scene. It felt like theater, and we were at this like in this kind of like empty warehouse space where we rehearsed a couple times before shooting, and I just thought, wow, that was really cool. And that was a first.
So Angela Bassett, obviously, Wakanda Forever right now. What was that like? I mean, like one of the things I love about your career is that you've worked with such stellar actors. I mean, talent attracts talent, as evident here. What was that like though? Like just like meeting Queen Ramonda back in the day.
I I mean, she's just a classy, beautiful lady, very
Mhm.
super warm, nice, and just I just felt totally, comfortable. Just sometimes you get starstruck. There's certain people, and I'll tell you in a few minutes, maybe a few minutes. I just kind of like, oh my gosh, she touched me. But no, no, I met her, Juliette Lewis. I was just like, wow, she was super nice, super just down to earth. And again, my scene was with Rafe, not so much with any of the other actors. But here I am sitting through the whole read through where I'm just seeing all of them work, and it's just like, man, this is cool. The bad guy from The Crow, like, you know.
Well, it seems to me that like you were a name and they were bringing you in for all of that because there probably weren't enough like Latino actors back in the day. And you were exceptionally talented.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, yeah, I think I was busy at that time. Actually, yes, I had worked on a few things, episodics, that Falling Down, Final Analysis, Richard Gere, Kim Basinger, Uma Thurman, Get Kill Bill, right? Uma
Listen,
Thurman.
we are big Kill Bill fans here. Like I was literally just listening to the soundtrack today. Yes, I mean those movies are incredible. I think I like Volume 2 better than Volume 1.
Yes, I like. I never saw. I saw just the first one, which I
Oh, the
loved.
first one.
I
Oh,
never
the
got to
first
see
one's
the other
great.
ones. I was just like, I got to check that out
Okay, well,
because
you're
I love
coming
that.
back, and we're gonna do a like live watch along with Skin himself for Volume 2. Like, how much fun would
Let's
that
do
be?
that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, so I got to, final analysis, Richard Gere, Kim Basinger, Uma Thurman, Eric Roberts, just,
Oh man,
gosh.
Eric Roberts is a big name too. Okay, wait. You did 11 episodes. I have this in my notes here for something, and I have to mention it for Moon Over Miami.
Oh, yes, yes.
Tell me about Moon Over Miami, bro.
I just saw the Moon Over Miami. I was in Miami in August.
Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up, man. You don't. Next time you're down here, we're taking you out to dinner, man.
yeah.
Like,
Okay, man. I didn't even know. I forgot that you were like from there. I'm thinking I don't know what city people are. We're zooming. But yeah, I
yeah, and
was
I
there.
have this background here because the apartment I bought is like needs so many renovations and stuff like that. No, man, but like, yeah, and we met in New York multiple. We've talked about
Yes,
New York multiple times, but anyways,
all over.
continue. Moon Over Miami. Tell me about Moon Over
Moon
Miami.
Over. We shot 11 episodes. I was wow. I have to tell you of the kind of roles that I played. There were roles that I just enjoy. Some of them are
Mhm.
intense, right? You've seen a right killer pretending to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
running from
yeah,
the
yeah.
cops yet again. Law and Order, all the right. I'm like, cool, that's fine, and I enjoyed. I'm grateful for each one, but the ones that really stood out to me, there were certain ones. Gen X, right?
Mhm.
Generation X, Moon Over Miami, because here I am playing like somebody who's articulate, who's well dressed, who is street smart but yet has his ear to the street, but also like he's able to function in different worlds, and he was working with the main detective, with Bill Campbell, Ali Walker, Marlo Marin. Bill Campbell, Ali Walker, just I love. It's just dear amazing people. Love those guys. It was an amazing experience to shoot 11 episodes, all kinds of guests.
So here's the thing, though, that I find it really hard to talk about younger people today. They don't understand that representation was really terrible back in the 90s. So when you have a role like in Moon Over Miami or Generation X, why it spoke so directly to a viewer like me was that you didn't see Latinos like that. And so again, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like, keep complimenting you, but like there weren't actors like you out there. So that's why when you tell me things like you went in for Robin, you went in for Romeo and Juliet, I'm like, I would have gone crazy seeing that because not only were you exceptional, I mean, you're a very talented actor, you know that. But
Thank you,
secondly,
my friend. Thank you.
these are roles that were that need to be spotlit, that other people
Mm.
need to see because they just did not exist. Like I mean, I do have the advantage that growing up, I would see, telenovelas with my abuela. So seeing Spanish actors weren't
Mm.
very odd, but like the general USA was not watching La Usurpadora, you know what I mean, in the 90s. I don't, you know what I mean?
La
And
Madrastra. Yeah. We did an episode, by the way, for Moon Over Miami. We did an episode that took place on the set of a novela. So
dude,
it
I have
was
to
all,
track these episodes down.
yes, so anyway, it was just a lot of fun. You got to see it. You got to be, romantic and cheesy, and I mean, beautiful girls. I don't mind. I can work hard that way. I can do it. So
Hey man,
we had we had we
did you
had fun.
shoot in Miami? Did you shoot in? I'm sorry to cut
Yeah,
you off.
yeah. I had to relocate and move to Miami. I was there. Yeah,
Oh, do you
and my
remember where you lived?
on South Beach,
Oh, of course you
six
did,
sixty
man. Of course you did.
1500 Bay Road, Morton Towers. I think there's still buildings there. I think they're reconfigured, or they tore them down and build up something else. But 1500 Bay Road is where I used to live. I don't live there now. It's on the Bay Side. Beautiful. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, to be in Miami is like, oh, come on, it's just fun city, party city. The vibrant, just music, tropical. You feel like you're like you are on an island. It's
Yeah,
Miami
Miami
Beach.
back in the day, especially in the 90s, was a really fun time. I'm looking at the pilot right here. It's on YouTube, man. Someone dropped the episodes here.
Someone recently, yeah, some I found because I couldn't find them before, and someone recently found. I've got a bunch of VHS with some of the old stuff, but yeah, someone had recently dropped a bunch of stuff there not that long ago. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is on here. This is on here.
Dude, you
Yeah.
have a ponytail in this.
Yeah, I had long hair. My hair was to like the middle of my back. I just, kept it in a ponytail because it was just like, like Tina Turner. Like if I left it out, it was too much. It was just too much to deal. It's like I can't go out tonight. No, I'm washing my hair. I know, and I understood what that meant.
Yeah.
And you go out to hang out, people smoking cigarettes. I'm like, oh, I just washed my hair. Anyway,
Wait, but so tell me about, but so this was 93. In a couple years you would be doing Generation X. I mean,
yes.
what was it like when you just like stepped on set and you saw Finola dressed in white, like Emma like, did you fucking? I would ask if you were starstruck because you saw Finola, but you've already been working with such amazing actors at that point in your career.
I,
But still,
no, I was actually because General Hospital.
oh, you're
Remember?
right.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what I mean? I was just like, oh my gosh, it's like what I get to work with this amazing, and again, gracious, super classy lady, like super nice. I mean, her, Jeremy, all the, Randall, Heather, the whole, Bumper, the Suzanne, the whole crew, just super nice folks. Just it was,
We've had the majority of your cast on the podcast,
yeah, to
and
have how about a reunion?
well,
That was like
dude, if you're
I wanted
calling
to.
it
I
right,
haven't seen. I haven't talked to. I talked to Randall like years ago on the phone, and Heather I ran into. It was years ago, so it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
dude, you know a group email is coming. Now that you fucking said that, now that Skin himself has said it, we're doing it. It's going to be a reality, man.
Tell them there's a sequel, and that I don't know. I got to be careful, right?
We'll
It's
say that,
Marvel.
yeah,
Respect
Marvel's going to,
Stan Lee.
man. Doctor Strange too. Everyone thought that Doctor Strange was going to open up portals and we would see different, universes, especially like the Fox X-Men, and we thought maybe they'd give us Generation X as well, but
Who can we talk to? How can we get this done? Can you do something? Can you talk to somebody and we can figure this out?
you know what, dude? If you're asking me to do it personally, I'm going to make it my vendetta right there. We're going to
Okay.
campaign for it right
No,
there.
it would be it would be really cool. It'd be like this little like. I mean, I think so because people, there's an audience. Stuff definitely. That's why you're here. I mean, there's definitely a valid audience, and it'd be a cool thing. See, where are they now? Like, I'm thinking I'm now at my age. I'm looking like the thing behind you, your arms covering it. See, there you go.
There he is.
See,
Well, here's the thing. I think when you look at the movie, I think it's set up that Jubilee and Skin are going to take over the Institute one day, given that you guys were prodigious and that you both had like latent psychic powers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I'm here for it. I would love to see you and Heather reprise those roles as like head master and mistress of the Xavier Massachusetts Academy,
wow, wow. I never thought about that. I never
Yeah,
saw
some
that
of us
going.
have been thinking about this movie too much since it aired back in the day.
No, I mean I remember they did highlight both of our characters, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Again, for something I didn't audition for, and here I am, really had so many different scenes, and it was so much fun. I mean, we had stunts. I got to like fall and like goose poop like for hours and hours trying to catch that football.
Dude, everyone in your cast has told me about that infamous day that you guys were shooting and there was like goose or peacock, whatever the fuck it was,
Peacocks.
poop.
They were peacocks.
Peacock.
Peacock poop.
Peacock poop. Jeremy was not having it. You
Oh,
know
he's the
what I mean?
best. He
Yeah.
didn't have to fall on the floor. He was standing up, just blasting us with his voice. But we had to we I had to catch that ball and fall on the floor
Yeah, and
over
you
and over.
wait, you told us you had to do it multiple times, multiple takes, right?
Yes, because it was trying to catch that ball. We didn't do too many sports back in the day. I play karate. Nobody wants to play with me. Hey, that's my fault.
I mean, in
But
fairness, I could never catch the ball either. So,
no, it took me a minute. Really, I had to. I really did. I was praying. I was like, God, please give me victory today. Help me catch this ball. Really, seriously, because I kept missing. They're like, oh, we could cheat it. I said, no, no, no. I got it. I got it. And here, not knowing, now I know thousands of dollars it costs to shoot, to produce something, to do so. You're hiring people. I mean, the whole nine. It's so anyway.
You know, one thing I don't think I asked you though, last time we had you on the podcast was Matt Frewer. You had the climatic scene with him where you kind of
Give it
take
away.
him.
Spoiler.
Spoilers! Oh God, that's it.
Okay, that'll
I know.
be for the
Isn't it
for the
insane
for
that
the.
we live in a world where we can't talk about something from like so many years ago
It's like, oh,
because
you
people are
should have
upset
seen
with
it.
spoilers?
No, there was. We had a super great. That was again that it was very. I guess it was very meaningful for me. I mean, Max Headroom, man, I got to work with him. He reminded me a lot of, and he's his own person. He has his own talent. But we think about Jim Carrey, like as far as that, like hijinks, like crazy
Yeah.
voice. I mean, the dude is like, he's so much fun to watch. Matt Frewer is like, and again, when we sat down, he would be so serious and down to earth and just easy to talk to guy, down to earth, wanting to do the best for this world, for this, for the environment. I remember at the time we would talk about that. It meant a lot to do that because here he's embodying evil, and I'm like, I'm gonna just put myself out there to like, help other people. Like one of my heroes, Jesus. So I was just, not that I think I was, but meaning like here it is a sacrificial act to help others. So without giving it away, I know it's like billion years ago.
It's a
Um,
great movie. Everyone needs to go check it out. It's on YouTube. Multiple versions are on YouTube. I'm trying to remember the different kinds. I don't Were you the one who explained it to me, or I think it was probably Randall? I don't know. I had a glass of wine, and I'm a lightweight, so I'm like, I don't remember anything now. But it's on YouTube and it's such a fun watch. I think the operative word there is fun. And I think when you think about it in the context of the 90s, and we had not seen the X-Men in any significant live action,
mm,
way, this movie was I remember, and I was telling this, I think it was to Heather, which is the next morning I went to school. Everyone at St. Brendan in Miami was talking about that movie, and we were talking about Skin, we were talking about Jubilee, we were talking about Randall's character, how he was a stand-in for Chamber. Like even back then, those kind of conversations were happening in significant way. And again, you guys were the pioneers. You know what I mean?
now, okay, I have a quiz for
Okay,
you,
go.
Paul.
All right, go.
Was it the first Marvel movie? Somebody said the first Latino Marvel hero. I'm like, oh my gosh! Somebody told me that because they know more about comics. But was there another Marvel TV film or something before? I think someone mentioned.
Yeah, I think there were a couple projects that already had been live action at that point. I think, obviously Hulk, Spider-Man, there were a couple series out there for it. There was a Fantastic Four movie that as
Of
well that
course,
was sort of
Spider-Man.
out
I
there.
love Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I want to be Spider-Man.
man, you would have been an excellent Spider-Man. But you guys,
Miles.
dude, like even right now, but you guys were the first X-Men live action operative word, with the exception of like the Macy's Day Parade, you know what I mean, or whatever, commercials were out there in terms of a narrative and stuff like that. You guys were the first, and you guys killed it. I mean, listen, when I tell you Generation X was one of the biggest comics when it was publishing, that is not being hyperbolic. Everyone who engages with the Power of X-Men podcast knows Generation X, and you guys are on the map for it. So thank you for it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Paul. This has been amazing. This has been so much fun.
So Agustin, tell us what do you have coming up? I know you just did something with your buddy on Macbeth. Let's hear some of the upcoming projects you have on the
Yes,
horizon.
that's something I worked on. Also, I was just actually today we were location scouting for here in Manhattan for something involving drama, comedy, action, martial arts, something something really fun that I love to. Yeah, as far as me being, I love to produce and to direct and work with directors. I'm not trying to wear all the hats, and I'm definitely going to put myself in it. I worked on Metal Gear with my buddy Daniel Kennedy, amazing actor, dear friend of mine. He, as I was a director producer on that, and I did. My only regret is that I didn't put myself in it. I had Evan Courageous. He was a WCW wrestler. He was
Oh,
in our
that's
cast.
insane.
He had fight scenes with other folks with Daniel. I just regret not having a fight scene with me and him. Just for the just cause we could. So anyway, like I said, Tangent Man is exiting the building.
No, no, Tangent Man has an open door on this podcast. And I was just thinking, like, we need to have you back on, not only for a reunion, which I'm telling you, after the Thanksgiving holiday, I'm sending out that email. But
Okay.
secondly, I think we should have you on with like a skin focused issue so you can see what's been going on with skin in the comics because they killed him. They literally crucified him on the front lawn of the X-Men. We just had the writer who did that, but now he's back. He's alive. So
Okay.
it's great.
I feel kind of it's like I crucified. Okay. It's like
Yeah, it was like this anti-mutant group that killed him, and they like put him, Jubilee, and some of the other Gen X characters on the front lawn of the X Mansion, and he
it's like
he he died. I know.
don't you want to cry? I want to cry.
We were so the writer who did it is this really great guy named Chuck Austin, and he felt bad about it at the time. You're like, oh, I know, but now he's back. He's back. Skin is alive in the comics, so it's
Oh,
fine.
okay. He resurrected. Hey, that's
Yeah,
because no, when I saw you said somehow I saw. Did you send me or someone sent me that image? I'm like, whoa, that's intense
it
for
was
like
intense.
Skin. He's one of the nicest guys, and I know he looks gray and scary, but like that, like that's public humiliation. That's torture. That's I don't know. It seemed like whoa, that's kind of intense. Well, I mean, I don't know.
But now he's back at the Hellfire Club. Or excuse me, he's back. He's at the Hellfire Gala. He has a ponytail too, much like you did in Moon Over Miami, and he's
See
looking
what I mean?
suave. He's having a good time.
Yeah. I got. So maybe yeah, dude. That'd be really cool because you'd be educating me on like what's going on with skin these days. So
Dude, it's
it'd
gonna
be
be a
great.
wild time. Wait, so I obviously know how to reach you, but on
Yes.
Instagram, on Twitter, any of the social media platforms, how can fans engage with you and let you know how much they love Skin, all your other
Oh,
work?
thanks. Instagram. All right, it's Agustin. The way you spell it in Spanish, right? Meaning it's
Hmm.
AGU. I spell it out to people. They're like, oh yeah, AUG. No, no, no. AGUSTIN dot NYC on Instagram. And you'll find me there. That's the best. That's the best way.